A battleship is a war machine designed for attaining supremacy at sea. One vital question was constantly on the minds of manufacturers and even admirals. Is it possible to create a ship that can match all the needs of naval warfare? If a ship has a powerful generator, a large fuel tank, heavy armor, and stocked with every possible weapon, long-range guns, torpedo tubes, and a fleet of planes, plus a crew of several thousand people, then such a ship isn't likely to stay afloat. That is why we have different kinds of battleships, each with their own unique characteristics. Ship classes. Battleships in the first half of the 20th century were a symbol of naval power, national pride, and an important factor in world politics. They were built under the mantra, "Big guns only." These steel monsters were the embodiment of science and technology's latest achievements. They carried 8 to 14 guns from 280 to 460 millimeter calibers, encased in heavy armor up to 650 millimeters thick, bulked up with huge marine engines, and could survive thanks to a complex fire control system. The main disadvantage of a battleship was its high cost of manufacturing and maintenance, both partially offset by its phenomenal vitality. The weakest point of this class was underwater, where torpedoes could swiftly destroy them. Destroyers, light and maneuverable combat units created for fast and devastating attacks. These are the main carriers of torpedoes. They travel at a max speed of over 40 knots and are able to launch up to 15 torpedoes by one broadside. But destroyers do not possess any armor at all and are vulnerable against medium caliber guns, which you'll find on battleships and cruisers. Cruisers. The most versatile class of ships had guns which comparable to battleships, and they had great speed but weak armor. This subclass of heavy cruisers came up short on firepower and armor compared to battleships, but they were easier and cheaper to build. Heavy cruisers were used for combat squadrons or for independent actions against the enemy. With a cruising range of 10,000 miles or more, they could operate far from their home ports. Some of them even carried torpedoes and could handle enemies no worse than destroyers. Light cruisers, fast and maneuverable combat units larger than destroyers, which were their main target. Another important role of light cruisers in squadrons is scouting. Aircraft carriers, a special class of ships. Being introduced last, they turned into weapons of incredible power. The foundation of that power was a number of seaborne aircrafts that could deliver dozens of bombs and torpedoes over long distances. Even battleships alone could hardly survive an air raid of 70 to 100 units with a battle range of up to 400 nautical miles. In order to fit all those planes, carriers had to abstain from any other weapons. In long-range battles, they are unmatched, but in close fights, they are extremely vulnerable and need protection. Each class has its own advantages and disadvantages, but when united in one battle mechanism, squadrons, fleets, they can win control over the sea and gain victory in battle.